Hey, what's going on everybody? Dustin here. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to take a look at how you can reach financial independence with just a few simple steps. And reaching financial independence may actually be easier than you think. Now, me and my wife, we are currently working towards our financial independence and should ideally be there within the next couple of years because we only really have our mortgage and a car payment remaining. And we are hammering down on those balances each and every month. And I can't lie, it feels great to see those balances fall, and each and every month we get just a little bit closer to our goal. Because for me, financial independence means nobody owns me, and I can make decisions really based on what I want rather than needing to keep up a certain income, to keep up with a certain lifestyle, or to keep up with the Joneses. Now frankly, I really don't care what people think of me in the sense of not having high-end things. I don't live to please those people. I thought when I was younger that's what you did, but I have realized those people come and go from your life. And I have found there are very few people who actually matter. And that level of freedom can unlock so many different benefits in your life. It can mean reducing your hours at work to have more time to work on hobbies, spend time with family, or just pretty much do anything that you would enjoy. Because at the end of the day, we only have so much time, and being able to do more things that you enjoy and being able to spend time with the people you care about is really what I think that matters. Also, everyone is replaceable with their jobs. I don't care what you do. Companies will not think twice about replacing you if it's in their best interest. But when nobody owns you, then you aren't required to do things you may not want to do, and then you can make decisions that benefit you more or make you happier. But here are some things you can do to help you reach financial independence. The first thing you can do is live below your means. Now, if you're trying to achieve financial freedom, then understanding where your money is going to be important. Because living below your means you're spending less than you make, and this is going to give you more money to help you with the other pieces to reach financial freedom. And there are many different budgets out there that you can use, or even apps that'll help you understand where your money is going. I've even just started using Mint again so I can track my finances just a little bit more. It's not perfect, but it is much improved and it does exactly what I need it to do. But if you're spending more than you make, or you're financing everything just so you can squeak by, then there's a good chance you aren't living below your means. And this could actually put you in a pretty rough position if you were to lose your job, for example. And financing things, it isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're financing everything to have more stuff or things, it can be detrimental if you're trying to reach financial independence. Now, living below your means doesn't mean you can't enjoy things or enjoy yourself, but this can be part of your budget. For example, I love to travel and drink Starbucks lattes, so I have those in my life because I enjoy them. Is Starbucks the most cost-effective way to drink coffee? Absolutely not. But when pumpkin spice season rolls around, I put on my yoga pants, my UGG boots, and a loose sweater, and I get super basic. And you don't want to put every dollar towards just the necessities and not budget for some fun or for some balance in your life, because that will make achieving financial independence very miserable. Now, will you need to cut some things out or even compromise? Sure, but there should be some balance in your life. But if you're living below your means, that means that you can put extra money to work elsewhere. Now, if you're enjoying this video, give this video a like. It helps others find the channel, and it's a free way to support the channel as well. The next thing you can do is reduce your debt and stay out of debt. Now, debt does seem to be a part of life at some point, whether it's student loans, a mortgage, car payments, or other options. Some could be unavoidable. For example, if you're going to school, student loans might be necessary to help you get your degree to get a higher paying career. But financing that big screen TV, that's probably not necessary. But getting out of debt if you have it and not going into debt does play a big part of reaching financial independence. And credit card debt is debt that plagues so many people, and the interest rates on credit cards can really keep you on that hamster wheel for so many years. For example, I just got my statement for my Charles Schwab Platinum card, and the bill was $4,500. And if I only paid the minimum payment on it, it would take me 13 years to pay off the balance I had on that card today, and the overall amount I would pay would actually be about double than what I currently owe on the card. And not only is that a lot of time to pay it off, but that's also a lot of money. And if you have debt, then you do want to take a look at your budget to see where you can cut some of the fat to help increase the rate at which you can pay off that debt. Maybe it's dining out once every 2 weeks or every month instead of every week. Or maybe you realize you only use 3 gigabytes of data per month on your cell phone plan, so you really don't need to pay more for that unlimited package. And you can put the money you're spending towards those things to pay off your debts even faster. But removing the debt reduces the amount of interest you're going to pay over time, which leaves more money in your pocket to invest or even save. And every little bit you can put towards that debt can play a big part in paying that debt off even faster. Now, the order in which you pay off that debt can also play a factor as well, and there's the Snowball and the Avalanche method. Now, with the Snowball method, you pay off the lowest balances first and work your way up. And with the Avalanche, you start at the highest interest rate and work your way down to the lowest interest rate. Now, I generally go with the Avalanche method myself, since removing those highest interest rate payments I think is more important. Now, the exception is if I have a smaller bill that I could just pay off in its entirety to get rid of it altogether. But overwhelmingly, I work from the highest interest rate down to the lowest interest rate. Now, there is the argument of paying off your mortgage early or not. If you decide not to pay it off early, then you can invest more money, which is going to give you greater returns than what your mortgage interest is. But if you choose to pay your mortgage off sooner, then it is a large payment you no longer need to worry about and can bring you closer to complete financial freedom just a little bit sooner. And I personally am working towards paying my mortgage off sooner, but I do understand I could be making more money in the market, but it's definitely more of a comfort thing. But without a mortgage payment, my wife and we can work even less and maintain our current lifestyle. And to me, that's worth foregoing the extra money I could be making in the market. But getting rid of the debt you have and not acquiring new debt will be very helpful, and it's important if you're trying to reach financial independence, because the interest you pay the bank is less money you have to invest or even save. Then the next thing you can do is pay yourself first. Now, with all this talk of budgeting and paying off debt, you may not think to pay yourself, but be sure to contribute to your company's 401k, especially if they offer you a match. Even if you can only afford to contribute a small portion of your salary and can't max it out, that's perfectly fine. Put in what you can afford to put in, but definitely try to get the company match, because that is free money. And over time, as you make more money, then you can increase your contributions as well. But paying yourself first will pay big dividends for a couple of reasons. First, this is going to give your money more time in the market. And by giving it more time in the market, it gives it more time to grow over time, and the better position you'll be in when you're ready to retire. For example, if you just graduated college and you got your first job making $35,000 a year, this may very well be the most money you have made at this point in your life, which is awesome. And in school, they don't really teach you about saving for retirement. So let's say the company you just started working for will match your 401k contributions 1-to-1 up to 3%. So if you put in 3% of your salary, this would be $1,050 per year, and your company would also contribute $1,050 per year as well. Now, if you only ever contributed that much yearly and never changed your contributions, in 40 years, based on the S&P's historical return of 10%, if you invested in an S&P 500 fund, then you would have about $930,000. So paying yourself first will have big benefits. And the other reason to start paying yourself first right from the get-go is the fact you're not going to be used to living on that salary, then have to make adjustments later on to account for less take-home money when you do start investing, because you can really never miss something you never had. But paying yourself first is very important as you look to reach financial independence, because preparing yourself for retirement is so important, and unfortunately many people don't think about it until later on. The next thing you can look to do is invest more. Now, after you get yourself your 3 to 6 month emergency fund and you have your budget under control, you may realize, as you understand your finances and make good decisions with your money, that you have extra money in your bank account each and every month. And letting your money sit in a bank account is costing you money, because interest rates on savings account really aren't that great, and you stand to gain more money in the long term by investing it. And investing your extra money into tax advantage accounts like a Roth IRA will further set you up for financial independence. Or if you don't qualify to directly contribute to a Roth, then using other investment accounts like a traditional IRA or a taxable brokerage account or other options. But investing is a key part of financial independence because you're letting your money work for you and you're letting your money make you more money, which is going to be very helpful, which is why living below your means is beneficial to financial independence because you have lower monthly expenses or costs and you can choose to invest more of your money. And the reality is, when you're first starting out, you may not have a lot of extra money to invest outside of your 401k. But over time, as you make more money and you reduce your debt, you can look to increase the amount of money that you're investing. And I'm a big fan of low-cost ETFs and index funds. And while they're boring, that boring investment style will produce big returns over time and increase your wealth. And as long as you're consistent in investing, you should see your investments grow over time as well. And the thing is, you don't need a lot to start investing. Some platforms will allow you to invest in fractional shares for as low as just $1. So even if you can only afford just investing $10 per month, it's a start. And while it may not seem worth it at first, it actually is. Now, some people are going to recommend that you pick up a side hustle, and I think that's really individualized because not everybody wants to work a couple of jobs. But maybe you're willing to have a side hustle or work some overtime so you can put away more money or even pay down some debt faster. And that's going to be completely up to you. I think sometimes the hustle mindset can be overwhelming for people, and realistically not everybody wants to do that. Now, reaching financial independence, it may seem hard or unrealistic, but the fact is you need to make it a priority if you want to reach it. It's easy to get distracted with consumer goods or materialistic items, but you just need to figure out which is more important to you. In reaching financial independence, it really comes down to being disciplined and making good financial habits. And if you can spend less, invest and save more, and get yourself and stay out of debt, then you're well on your way to becoming financially independent. And not everybody wants to be financially independent, or they're not super hardcore about it. And that's fine, you don't have to be. And even if you're not, just making good financial habits is always beneficial. But if you're trying to become financially independent, then don't forget to just live a little bit as well, because tomorrow, it's not a guarantee. So let me know, are you working towards financial independence? Now, if you're someone looking for 3 simple ways to reduce your taxable income, then be sure to check out this video right here, or where I break that all down for you. And if you know someone who would find this video useful and helpful, feel free to share it with them, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.